Okay, before I get started, I'm at the gym. I am just giving you this warning because some people take issue when I make content at the gym, but that's where I am. So click away if you do not want to hear any gym sounds. Anyways, I wanted to do this Reddit because it is so important to understand how patriarchy and these traditional roles impacts men as well as women, because these traditional roles have men thinking that if they are not doing a certain thing, that their masculinity or something is on the line. So this man actually deleted his post. It says, "Girlfriend told me how much she makes and I am messed up over it." He deleted the post. However, and he deleted the post, but someone had already sent it to me, so I could still see some of the comments. And from some of the comments, I could discern what he had typed. Apparently, he makes about $65,000, and his girlfriend makes about $120,000. Now, in reality's terms, in today's life, $120,000 is not that much money, just being completely honest with the cost of living, but it intimidates him. And so I want to get into some of the comment. From this comment, it sounds like you feel this way for a number of reasons. Number one, you feel inadequate because she makes more. Maybe you won't feel you're enough. Maybe others will think so. Most importantly, you feel you aren't good enough. Your ego is hurting. You're jealous or envious of what she makes. You don't feel she deserves her salary for the amount of work she does. You don't respect her career. Number three, fear. What if you get married and have kids and now you have to be the only breadwinner? How will you split finances? And other things mentioned by other commenters. I read in your history that you're in accounting. You're in a very stable field with a huge potential of making more than you do. You can figure it out. So this person is being very empathetic towards this person. And from some of the comments, I could see that he was kind of an a-hole about how much money she makes and like her skill set or whatever she does. So it's nice that this person is actually being or having some grace towards him. This person says, people asking such in-depth questions. The only real answer that the OP doesn't want to accept is that he feels less masculine. This reads as a guy who has an older mindset of a man who needs to provide, which is completely fine. However, if she's happy with who you are and how much you make, it doesn't bother her. Don't let it bother you. Okay, now this woman says, I've been the girl in this scenario. And when the guy finds out, it's always a truth tell. She says, in my opinion, the fact that you include that you don't think what her job entails warrants the high of a salary is the straw grass to make her or her skill set seem smaller and insinuate she's undeserving of what she's earned. That's an obscene amount of money compared to normal people, is a straw grass to insinuate that it's almost entitled and other of her to earn or expect that amount for her skills. Truthfully, the last thing this girl needs is her dude wishing she was worth less so that he could feel more important. All bad. You should let her go so that another guy can appreciate and don't own her, regardless of what he or she makes. So recognize that these people, these human XYs, are emotionals. They are emotionals because if a woman is making more money, it makes them feel less than. This person says $120,000 is not an obscene amount. It's not $1 million, bro. Speak with a therapist. You shouldn't be in competition with your woman. That's why I said patriarchy and these traditional roles have them in a chokehold. They're in a chokehold because when something is outside of these boxes, they don't know how to navigate. This person says, not that I disagree, but he also says he worked hard to get up to $63,000. Obviously, he's looking at this from a different perspective. And the next person says, so her success doesn't diminish his. Hard workers who are bitter over people who have more than them are so grating. This person says, my advice is to dump her so she can find a man who doesn't disrespect her job and feel insecure by how much money she makes. Seriously, this will not get better for you or her. You will not get over it, and you will show it in big and little ways that will hurt her. I've been on the receiving end of that. Just leave. It'll save you and her a lot of heartache. Also, $120,000 is a good living, but it's not stupid rich. And then Sir Caddington took umbrage with this. What kind of crap advice is this? It is good advice because if you are already this irritated or upset or jealous of somebody's success, it is only going to grow in resentment, especially if you have a high achieving, successful person that you are partnered with. That person is going to continue to succeed. This next person mentions his ego being bruised, and that is basically the end game. That's the result. This person has an ego that is fragile, that whole fragile masculinity. When people base their worth strictly on money, this is what happens. And so this is why I say patriarchy harms men just like it does women. It doesn't do any of us any favors because it makes men measure their success and their worth strictly on their money. And now that women can work, women are successful, women are achieving lots of things because the obstacles have been taken away. Their egos cannot take it. So it would behoove these people to try to dismantle this system and push for more equality, but the equality will have to come in the home as well. And that brings me to this comment. Dude, you have to redefine your definitions of masculinity, like now. Why are you so insecure about this? And then the next person says, he said in a comment, he doesn't think she deserves the money because all she does is send emails and talks to people while doing it remotely. He also said this isn't the first time. He also felt this way about another woman who made more than him, who was a pharmacist in a hospital. I think there's a pattern there, and this info should be in the post. And so these two comments put together show that the way things are going in this world with women succeeding, women out enrolling men in college, with men dropping out of the workforce because they're not getting the positions or because women are doing big things, this is only going to get worse. The men's are failing and flailing. They're flailing badly, and they're going to continue to push other women away. This divide that I have spoken about in some of my videos will only get bigger because women are not taking a back seat to men's success or lack thereof. So these dudes are either going to push to be more egalitarian when it comes to their relationships. They are going to figure out how to make more money and be more successful, or they are just going to create the Mojo Dojo Casa houses and their kingdom and then just live with other dudes because they cannot handle what goes along with being a partner with a woman. But you guys go ahead, jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this Reddit post. Like, comment, share. And if you are following me and you haven't yet followed my page by hitting that subscribe button, go ahead and hit subscribe.